welcome to What's Brewing, Voyager Coffee and Tea. Today, we're talking about something you've probably had before, especially if you maybe worked in an office or even at home. Needed a cup of coffee on a morning where you're feeling a little bit slower than usual. K-Cups are a great option if you need coffee fast and you don't want to have to think about it in the morning. The way that these work is a plastic shell outlines a filter bag in the middle that's filled with coffee that contains the coffee as it's brewed through this machine here. This one still has a little bit of coffee in it, and you can see where we put freshly ground coffee in the middle of this liner that's then extracted through the brewer. When it's totally full, it looks like this. Now, K-Cups are a great way to get a fast cup of coffee. The quality is not going to be as high as freshly grinding your coffee and brewing it by hand or with a pour of a machine. However, it's a great option when you need to get out the door and hit the trail fast. Welcome back to our special Earth Day edition of What's Brewing with Voyager Beverages. Today we're going to talk about a way that you can take those K-Cups and upscale them into a garden. Coffee grounds are a really great fertilizer and they feed back into the earth a lot of carbon because really what we've got here is a roasted seed. And after you're done with the K-Cup, you're left with not much coffee flavor, but a lot of really good carbon that can be used to help start seeds and really get them growing. And because of the features of a K-Cup, you even already have a drainage hole punched into the bottom. So I'm going to show you one way that here in Northeast Ohio, we start some of our seeds indoors because our winters can go a long time into what we would call spring. The first thing you're going to do is take a used K-Cup and we're going to safely cut this top off so we can get access to all of those good coffee grounds that are going to help our seeds grow. You just put your knife in at the very corner, and if you have long nails, you can even do this too, with just taking a nail and working your way around the outside. After you've done that, you'll have taken off this foil layer and given yourself access to all of these good moist coffee grounds. Now, pro tip, wait till the K-Cup is cold. When you've come right off the brewer, it's gonna be a little warm. Now that we've let these cool a little bit, and I've actually worked ahead, and I've got 2 of our K-Cups already opened up. And we're gonna start with these. Now, coffee grounds themselves, while really good for a seed, aren't everything that a seed might need. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna dump these coffee grounds into a little bit of soil. We're gonna mix it up with a toothpick, just so we can get a little bit more variety into our K-Cup. Now you can do this with potting soil or any mix that you like to use for your gardening. I'm using some fresh soil right from the ground here. We're going to mix that up a little bit, and we're going to add our soil enhanced coffee grounds back into our K-Cup. Now inside these K-Cups, like we talked about earlier, is a little mesh filter. What that's going to help us do is, one, contain our root system, but also it's going to make sure that the plant that we're planting in the soil and coffee grounds is going to have good drainage through the bottom of this coffee pot. So when we add water, it will take all the excess right out of our pot. That's going to give us about 1/4 inch of drainage around that. Now since we already have a hole in the bottom from when we brewed this before, it's going to all trickle out the bottom. So make sure you put these not directly on wood, but something that can take some of that excess water away from your plants. The next thing we're going to do is take our toothpick and make a hole for our seeds. Today, we're going to be planting some lavender. It's a flowery herb that we love planting. We love the fragrance, and we also use it in a lot of our teas. Now, we use a processed lavender to make sure that it's food safe for you in our teas. However, this is great for home use and provides a really colorful accent to your garden. We're going to drop 3 seeds into each one just to make sure that we've got an ability for a lot of growth to happen. and in case we have any dormant seeds that might not sprout. And after we've got a few seeds in each, I'm planting these just a little bit farther down from the top. We're going to cover those over with soil and add them to our tray. We're going to add these to a planting tray, give them a little bit of water just to get going, and we're going to keep them in the sun. Pretty soon, these seeds will start sprouting, and we'll probably give you a little bit of an update on their growth down the road. So happy Earth Day, everybody. Hope you have a good one. Make sure, think about the earth, and when you're out on the trail, take it all in.